Czech blogger and probably one of the biggest fans of your work. So welcome. The interview is going to be in English, and if people have maybe some questions, they can even send it online. We can try to answer it at the end. So welcome, guys.
Thank you, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction.
And a short introduction, Bob Segers is a product designer at Studio Segers, which we can see over there, which is a creative family studio based in Mosaic, Belgium. Your work focuses on architecture, product design, and graphic design, and you have a wide experience in the product design industry, and you are renowned for your work, especially in the outdoor furniture segment. Is that correct?
This is completely correct, thank you. No.
Perfect.
At the moment we are working with 10 people, 5 doing architecture, 3 product designers and 2 graphic designers. And I actually think this mix of different disciplines are actually our strength.
Perfect. And I also have here Pavel Kolarovic. Pavel is a head of sales at Todus. Todus is a Czech brand of outdoor furniture with a 30-year tradition of quality craftsmanship. All Todus products are manufactured in Opava, in the Czech Republic, from carefully sourced European raw materials. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
And because this year's topic of Designbloku is happiness, my first question is, what is happiness to you? What does it mean? When is the moment you feel like, this is it?
For me, there's a lot of things, of course. It's having a good food, it's having a good seat, it's having looking at the landscape, there's nature, there's architecture, there's being inspired. I think happiness is in a lot of things, not only just one thing.
That's good, because I have my moment and it's very closely connected with Todus, so I can tell you afterwards. And for you, Pavel?
For me also it's a lot of things, but I can see, for example, the first thing which comes to my mind is the happiness you see in the children's eyes when they create something, or when they are really happy. You can really see it, and that's also what I can see on our stand is happening quite often. So we will come to that probably later, but this is just one example. You know, what is really happiness for me when I see kids or our kids, you know, to be happy.
Perfect. Because my happiness or my happy moment is actually happening almost every morning with my cup of coffee, sitting on Todus' chair, alone, without kids. But of course I love my kids and the happiness in their eyes is amazing, but this is kind of the moment I feel, and it's nice that it's quite connected with you guys.
That's great, that's perfect.
That's good to hear, yeah.
How did it happen that the Belgium design studio works closely with a Czech brand?
Well,
how did it all start?
It was actually quite a long story. It was quite a long story. I mean, the company exists since 30 years. It was founded by my father-in-law, and in the 90s he was doing outdoor furniture, but not design outdoor furniture, but it was like mass-produced outdoor furniture. And later we switched, or we focused on design. So we started to work with the first collections were made with collaboration with Czech designer Jiří Španěl from Kopřivnice, and we did a very nice stainless steel collection. And basically we were focused, or we had to focus mainly on the export, you know, because the outdoor furniture is really something which is very demanding for high-end materials, very quality materials, and also the result is that it's not very accessible product, you know, especially if you do it like design furniture. So back 12 years ago in the Czech Republic there was not really such a high demand for these products, so we were forced to export it. And so I was going around, and I was responsible for this, and I was going around different countries, France, Italy, Belgium. And Belgium is actually It's funny because most of the top, if you name top 10 outdoor companies, maybe 5 or 6 are from Belgium. You know, it's I don't know actually why, because Belgium is there is a terrible weather, or
there's a terrible weather, and we still like to sit outside.
But you know, there are many interesting brands like Royal Botania, Tribu, and so on. Vincent Shepherd, who are very well known and very well established brands, and they are from Belgium. So Belgium was one of our key markets we were looking to. And when I was traveling in Belgium, and when I was offering the design we had back then, I was told it's nice, but if you want to succeed in Belgium, you should call to Studio Segers and you should let them do your chairs. You know, you should let them design your chairs. And so I received the phone number of Bob's father, Wim. Mm-hmm. But for me, it was like calling Philip Stark. You know, it was really, you know, we are kind of a small or medium-sized company. We are 50 people. Calling somebody like Wim is still is, and back then it was the only designer of Tribu, which is one of the best outdoor furniture companies there is on the market. So really, for me, it was like a big step to approach, because I knew, and I was probably right, I knew that I will only have one chance, you know.
No pressure, only one chance.
I had his phone number in my pocket or in the phone, like maybe for 5 years. It took me quite long to really approach them, and after 5 years I said, okay, I should really try, and I called them. We had a meeting. They liked, and the rest maybe Bob will continue.
How did it go afterwards?
Also his view.
No, I think at the moment Pavel called, we were quite surprised that the Czech company was wanting to work with us. At that moment we weren't very much internationally based. We were mostly working for Belgian companies, but we had the intention to go internationally. So when Pavel entered our studio, it still was in the old studio, when I moved into a new place you saw on the screen. Mm-hmm. He actually showed a video about their production units, and we completely fell in love with one machine, and we had a chair in mind already, which is becoming the Starling chair, also seen on the screen now, which you can just put in the tube, and the bending parts are coming out almost exactly as the chair should be. So no, we were definitely very happy to receive Pavel at the studio, and until now we have a very nice collaboration as well.
And when was it exactly? What year when you approached?
It was 2014, I think. 2014, yeah.
So it could have been 2009 if you would have been waiting for 5 years with the phone number.
But it was actually a good choice, because if I would not wait 5 years, I mean, I would call them too early, and I knew, well, we discussed it together, that if I would call them too early, they were too busy with Tribu, and they would say no, you know, and that would be, for me, it would be much more difficult to call them again and so on. So and also if I would call them later, also they were also more busy with other companies, so it was of course a coincidence, but I just happened to call them in the right time, you know. So
it happens for a reason. What is the biggest advantages and disadvantages to work with a Czech company? Did you find any difficulties?
No, difficulties certainly not. I think the communication went very smooth, with Pavel talking very good English, of course. And what I really love actually is that they produce all their furniture themselves in Czech Republic. So the prototyping part can go very quickly as well. And we like to think that when producing in Europe, it's still sort of a local production. Most of our companies are working with Asian companies, more east, or Indonesia or something. And we love to keep it local, like Europe-based. So this is a big advantage, I think.
And I think it plays a big role for also Czech people when they kind of buy the furniture. They're like, wow, it's actually produced in Opava. That's amazing. I think it's quite surprising for many people.
Yeah, they are. A lot of people are asking also here, is it really Czech? You know, and they are surprised. We don't have also, you know, Czech Republic is very well known in design world for glass, but we don't have such a big reputation for furniture, and we definitely not have a big reputation for outdoor furniture, you know. So that's also why a lot of companies, a lot of people or customers, when they see the catalog first, they are asking, is it an Italian brand or where is it from? So they are surprised and they are happy actually. I mean, that's one of the trends which is happening now. I mean, the Czech customers, they really like to buy like local produced thing. You know, if it's, of course, it must be nice and it must, and they must love it, of course. But they put more and more, you know, accent to this fact that it's locally produced.
And what was the first product you put together? What was the first one?
That was the starting chair. That's really what you have it at home, no? Right?
Yes. That's where I'm sitting with my coffee. That's my happiness.
So that was really the first product. It went really smoothly, and it's still, this is the product we launched in 2014 or early 2015, yeah. And it's still one of our best sellers because it's a stackable chair. It's very light. It's got very good price quality ratio. It's with a slip-on cushion, you know. So it's still for both for private and it's exactly on the edge of private and contract market, you know, so you can use it as well at home. It's a very nice chair for home, but you can also use it for a restaurant when they need, you know, 100 chairs. They need like quality outdoor chairs. And it's still in the sort of price range of a contract market.
Sold.
Yeah.
Good job. Bob, what are the trends in outdoor living? Do you see it's changing recently?
I find it difficult always talking about trends because it's moving very fast. But if there is one trend, is that everything is going outdoor. We even get requests for outdoor mirrors at the moment. Everybody is going outdoor. And I think, but for example, the plastic chairs, they're long past. But I think there's a high request for very comfortable furniture at the moment. So you have the sofas going outdoor, the kitchen is going outdoor, but the coziness and the very high comfortable feeling you have indoor, I think this is the next step, which goes outdoor.
Do you think the pandemics changed the development of people trying to spend more time outdoor or building their second apartments or living rooms outdoor?
Definitely. I mean, the pandemic had a very strong effect on the way people spend. And it's not only, I mean, they have been always living outdoor, but they stay much more at home. You know, I mean, that's a big difference. A lot of our customers, they told us, I mean, normally in the summer we go for holidays and we go actually, the people are traveling extremely a lot, you know, and so this last 2 years, they really spend much more time at home, so they really started to look after their garden, they have more time and they really sort of realize that they can make it also very nice at their place, you know, So for us, it was also kind of an opportunity to develop more and to make more customers happy.
What are the most common questions when the customers come to you about Todus furniture?
It's funny. The most common question is if it can be outdoor. That's really, I mean, the first. I mean, we are outdoor. We have it in our logo and it's in our Instagram account. It's Todus outdoor. It's really outdoor furniture. It's
can it
everywhere.
Really be outdoor?
The photo shooting is always outdoor and. the first very simple question is if it can be outdoor and if it can stay outdoor.
Because it's unbelievable that something so beautiful can stay outdoor. I will never forget the first moment when it started raining on our bazaar chair. And I was like, no. They said it's supposed to work, but I just couldn't look at it. It was pain in my heart, but it survived.
Yeah, it's of course. I mean, it's very logical, but because I mean, when you see the cushions, not only for the chairs but especially for the sofas, it's big cushions. So I mean, for a lot of customers, they are used. For example, the sofas are a big trend, which started only, I would say, like.
I think 5 years ago it started,
Yeah.
and it went up very fast. I think sofas are a big thing at the moment outdoor.
And here the question is sort of reasonable, because a lot of companies, when they started sofas, they had cushions which you have to put inside. Only recently there have been introduced like special foams, quick dry foam, which can really, which is used for yachts and boats, and so it's coming from a little different industry. But this foam, when we use this foam for the cushions, you can really leave the cushion outside, and the rain is going through, the water is going through when it's raining, and because it's quick dry foam, it really dries quickly. You probably have also the experience, but it really, you can, even if it's raining all day, you can really, after it stops raining, within, let's say, if it's a sunny day, within an hour you can use it again, which is great, and especially you don't have to care about the cushions, and you don't have to look at the forecast if it's going to rain or not. So it's a completely different experience of the outdoor living. Yeah.
I think it's amazing. I just think our neighbors think that we are insanely lazy and we don't care about our things, because I don't think that they understand that it can stay outside, because they made these little comments like, and you don't put it in. So we're trying to tell them. So no, but it's amazing. I couldn't believe it myself until I had it at home. So perfect. Bob, what do you think that, what is your favorite on designing the furniture, the outdoor furniture? What is your favorite phase? Is it the first idea, or when the product is done, or what is it?
The prototyping phase. I think, for example, our process are starting with a lot of discussion. I think discussion is key in our company. It's not that one person is designing a collection or a chair or something. We like to think we all design it together. There's a lot of discussion going on before the first pen is put on the paper. But then it's merging it, all the details together. You make drawings, you send them, and then receiving first pictures of receiving the first prototype. This is also sort of the eureka moment, or not, of course, but this is the fun part. Unpacking it and checking it for the first time is always fun.
No, that's nice. So you kind of like you send the design, and then Todus sent you back ready. Prototype.
Yeah, Bob sends us the drawing and also some kind of a render, or a picture or visualization of the product. But I've got similar moments like Bob. I'm always, one thing is how it looks on the paper, but on the paper you never know how it will look actually in real. And also you cannot say anything about the comfort, because it's really difficult. It's not really possible to imagine or exactly how the comfort will be and what will be the feeling and so on. So this is something you have to really wait until the first prototype is done, and the prototyping as such is quite complicated, because you cannot use the tools which will be then used in a series production. It's really, you have to do everything by hand, and which is then later done by machines and so on. So and it's not precise and so on. So it's a long process. And then you have the first prototype, and then the first time you sit in the chair or you try it, and you're like, wow, this is great. And of course, then Bob comes and he says, yeah, we have to change this, everything has to be different. Yeah? As always, my wife's father is always very happy about all the changes, but it's the part of the process. I mean, we actually during this process. I know that some companies, they are doing like maybe 20 prototypes before they get to the final, and it very much depends how actually is good design is it at the beginning. And with Studio Segers, we actually on some products we were already reaching the final version of the product after 4 or 5th maybe prototype, which is very good at actually actually quite quick.
Sorry.
No, I just wanted to add that it's also the result of a long time collaboration. We, for example, they're from originally they're metal producers, and it's actually very easy to make this in 3D and test it already very well.
Okay.
And we're also starting to know the radiuses, the bending machines and everything a little bit. So I think the hardest part of the prototyping phase is still the cushions, and these has to be the shablon, I don't know how to say it correctly, but they have to be cut correctly and redone very much.
You mentioned, Pavel, that it's a long process. Can you be more specific? How long process can it be?
Normally you have to count between 1 and 2 years. Yeah, I mean the product from the moment that we receive the first drawing or sort of an idea, it takes normally between 1 and 2 years before it's launched to the market. Yeah, so this is sometimes is faster, sometimes it's longer. Also, some development also doesn't finish or reach the finish line, because it's too complicated or it would be too expensive, or which you don't know in the beginning. So, but this is what approximately it takes.
We have seen beautiful pictures here of your photo shoot of your products outdoor. Can you tell us more about that? Like how does it happen? Because it looks really, really nice, and I could see that on some of the pictures it's even you and your family. So maybe that's a little bit specific for Todus and Studio Segers. So if you can tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I mean, what was very interesting about the collaboration with Studio Segers is also that they've got a lot of experience not only with designing furniture, but also with sort of promoting furniture and doing the right marketing. So actually, it's not only it doesn't finish for Bob. It doesn't finish at the moment when the chair is done. But of course, they are also very interested in, but it also if it's there, they don't do the design for design. They do the design to be sold and to be used and to be bought by customers and so on. So I would say one of the key things. Of course, you start with the design as such. You start with the quality and so on, and comfort. But one of the key things is nice pictures. Yeah, I mean, in today's world, it's a lot about pictures, and it's actually. I'm very happy that Studio Segers just told us. I mean, you have to, if you want to do like nice photo shooting, if you want to have nice pictures, you have to go to Italy, you have to go to France or somewhere where really you feel the atmosphere, because the first pictures or for our first catalogs, we've done the photo shooting here in Czech Republic, yeah, which is also very nice. It's local, but the customer, when he's buying outdoor furniture, he wants to feel the holidays. He doesn't want to feel that he's at home. He wants to feel, the breeze of the sea, and he wants to feel, the olive trees, and that's how it works. It really made a huge difference in our brand. I mean, before and after the first. I mean, this year it was already third, sort of really kind of. I would say professional photo shooting, because it was like the location was perfect, the team was great, and everything was really well planned. But before really it was. I wanted to say just that when we started to do this in this professional way, that we really rent a nice villa by the sea or with great swimming pool, and we do these pictures, our dealers and our customers, they start to notice, and they really see it's the same product. It's the same chair. The chair is not any better. Yeah, but the feeling and the atmosphere is there, and it's also part of the brand. And so.
Are you taking Bob there too, or Bob has to stay in Belgium?
No,
I will come anyway. So.
Okay, that's a good.
No, we make it kind of it's photo shooting and sort of a team building at the same time, So and as you were saying, we started when one of the first photo shooting location was in Brno. We just took my wife, our 3 kids, and some of our friends, to do the atmosphere. And we actually continue like this. We take our friends and we do the photo shooting, but and we take Bob and Tom from Studio Segers with us because on site we can really decide what is the best angle. We can discuss with the photographer. We are shooting all day. It's after a week we do approximately 1,000 pictures a day, which is a huge amount of pictures, and we review all of them at the end of the day. We are taking pictures all day long, and we review them every day, and then we say, okay, this is a great picture, but we need to do it on a different angle or with a different light, not in the morning but with the evening light. And so it's really, and I'm very grateful that Studio Segers can participate in this process because we do it on site immediately.
And so how many products are you taking with you? Like, it has to be some big trucks going loaded from Czech?
It's the whole truck, so it's a 12 loading meters of furniture. It's the full truck of furniture. It's always quite a lot of products. I mean, this year it was a little bit less. It was still a full truck, but last year, for example, in Italy, we had the Baza sofas, the modular sofas, and there were so many combinations and so many colors, color frames. So it was really a lot of furniture to move around. So our team was like 11 people. So I was really happy that we could move it. It was a lot of moving because the sun actually is moving very quickly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it has to be always sunny. I guess you cannot take pictures when it's raining. That wouldn't, even though maybe could be also a good promotion that you can leave it outside even when it's raining.
Yeah, but it always looks better when it's sunny.
Here we can see the new collection of 2022, Albus and Otus Albus. That's the Albus chair, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yeah, and Otus lights. That's something totally new, and that's something that you have also here in Designbloku. Can you tell maybe a little bit more about that product?
The chair or the lights? Or both? Both. I think the chair is mostly focused or designed with comfort as the word comfort as the biggest inspiration. It really sort of is a shell where you can completely fall into, and it sort of catches you back very well. The Otus light is actually designed to bring more warmth and coziness to the complete Todus collection, but also to the people's homes, of course.
Mm-hmm. And it's LED lights.
These are LED models indeed. Mm-hmm. These can be charged and placed in separately.
Yeah. No, it looks amazing. How was so far when people saw it in Designbloku? How was their first reactions?
Yeah, we had very nice feedback for the lights. I mean, it's again. I mean, you don't really find so many outdoor lamps, and it's also what is interesting about this lamp is that it's made of glass. A lot of high-end, even high-end furniture companies, they do nice lamps, but they use plastic. Mm-hmm. And we decided to use glass because glass is, or Bohemian crystal is one of the best, and we are very well known for it. So why not to do it in glass? So that's something special and something different, and it also immediately creates a very nice feeling, and you can feel that it's a real material. It's not plastic.
No, it's very beautiful. I'm looking forward to sit in it and try it out, the shell. No. And maybe last but not least, we can talk about your stand here in Designbloku. I heard that you brought a lot of confetti. What is the story behind that? And we could see also confetti absolutely everywhere. So obviously it worked. What was the idea?
The idea was that the theme is actually happiness. So we were thinking about a lot of things, and when confetti popped up in our minds, it sounded very interesting, and we hoped actually that people would play with it, and they do a lot. It's everywhere, as you said, and even the hair and everywhere. So I think it's working.
No, we immediately when Bob sent us the proposal for the stand, we immediately loved we immediately fell in love with this idea because it really distills the happiness to its very pure form. It's just happiness, you know. It's when you see the children and people, you know, throwing the confetti in the air. It's just about it, you know. That's and again, it's this Designbloku is great because we can really focus on something interesting and funny. You know, this is for example not easy to do in a you know, like more commercial fairs. We are participating, for example, in Italy, in Milano, or in Germany, in Cologne. It's more complicated because there you really have to present all the collection and you are meeting dealers all week long, and there's no really a space for the fun part, you know. So we are very glad that we could do something like this, something different, and it's more, you know, like to make the brand visible and make kind of a nice moment for the people.
So it's kind of an invitation for all the people who are watching online that they can stop by in Todus part of Designbloku and have some fun, become kids again.
Definitely bring your kids and you will see. You will see. But don't blame me for having confetti everywhere.
Is there anything that you would like to mention at the end of our interview? Is there anything you would like to say that maybe we didn't touch on?
Well, I think we discussed a lot of different points. I think it's really I think what is important, what I wanted to say is also, and Bob was talking a little bit about it, is that the collaboration with the producer and the designer is always nice when it's a long-term thing. You know, it's we are approached by many other designers in Milano, in Germany, and it's always, you know, and they are coming with nice ideas and so on. But we really appreciate the fact that when you are working longer together, then you know each other more, and you really can achieve, you know, better and faster the result. And this is one of the key things to success in this field. You know, so that's what I wanted to say. That it's, and I'm very happy that we have such a nice collaboration. So.
Oh, it sounds very idyllic. It sounds very, very nice.
On the other hand, I have to mention that we are also we cannot have only one designer in our catalog. So we also preparing, for example, now for next season we are preparing a new few items, a new collection with the Czech designer Lucie Koldová, which is again something completely different from what Studio Segers is doing, and we are also looking forward for this, and we are happy that we will be also working with a Czech designer, and I'm pretty sure it will be a great collection as well.
No, I would like to thank you for a really nice interview. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.